What's going on? Backyard Chicken Bro here, coming to you from my garage, late at night. I came to speak to you tonight about chicken sexing, as in males and females, because unfortunately, one of my chicks, I'm about 99.9% sure, is not a pullet, which is the term for a adolescent hen. It is a cockerel, which is the term for a adolescent rooster. Um, this little guy right here is only about 5 weeks old. I'm going to go over a couple of features to look out for if you're a first-time chicken owner, as far as identifying cockerels versus pullets. This guy is only 5 weeks old, like I said, and you can see how pronounced his comb is already becoming, both the top and the bottom. It is significantly more developed than the other two chicks that he's growing up with in the box, who I'm about 100% sure are hens. You can also see that even though he has grown in most of his feathers on his body, his neck feathers are slightly lagging behind in terms of their growth, which is it can be another sign of cockerels depending on the breed of chicken. Reason being is cockerels have different kinds of feathers on their neck. They almost become like headdress. They're there for show. They can flare them, they make themselves look bigger when they're either trying to show themselves off to females or before they posture up for a fight, if they're actually going to fight another rooster or another predator. And you can also see, if you get real close in on the leg, there is a small, at the very tip of my finger, nub starting to form on the inner part of his leg, which is likely the start of his spurs. So everybody probably knows by now that spurs are the weapon of a rooster. So this is very likely a young young cockerel. So the farm store purchase has struck once again. My experience is I've purchased chicks from farm stores 3 times, and I've gotten 3 cockerels out of the pullet bin. So good times. So yeah, if you're in a farm store, or in a hatchery or on a hatchery website, and you see pullets advertised, that means they are all female chicks that were sexed at birth, which is very difficult to do. If you see cockerel, it's going to be a rooster. And if you see straight run, it means they didn't sex them at all. It was just a group of eggs that were incubated together, were hatched, and whatever you get is whatever you get. So depending on what you want to do, whether you want just laying hens or you want to have meat birds or a combination of both, would dictate what type of purchase you're going to want to make by sex. For me, I am purely interested in laying hens, although I do keep a rooster, and I would recommend anybody who's going to free range chickens has a rooster, because roosters are the chicken community's police force. They are there to serve and protect. That's their sole purpose. So if you have predators in and around your area, it's a good idea to keep a rooster. As you can see, compared to the cockerel before, she is actually 2 weeks older than him, and you can see breeds differ a little bit from one to the other, but there is very little comb development so far, both upper comb and below, and she does not have the beginning of that small nub on her leg like he does. So yeah, she is very likely a hen, and an ornery one at that. Now, some of you are probably going, well, how did they missex a chicken? To give you an idea as far as chicken sex anatomy goes, the male chicken, rooster, cockerel, whatever you want to call them, they don't actually have a penis. They have what I would describe as a yogurt shooter. So kind of to put that into a visualization, the way chickens have sex is basically like if two humans, instead of having private parts, had a second mouth, and you hit open mouth, touched each other, and one of you spit into the other one's mouth. That's the way chickens reproduce. Male chickens don't have a penis. They've got a yogurt shooter, and they shoot it into the female. Takes about all 5 to 10 seconds, and that's all she wrote. So to give you a better idea of that, I'll do a part 2 to this episode with the full-grown ones, and maybe we can get some chicken sex on tape. And that's really all I got. So yeah, that's the long and short of pullets and cockerels, and hope you got some happy baby chicks growing up. Hopefully that's helpful to figure out what's what in your new batch, and I'll check y'all later. Keep your chicken game strong. Peace.